This tutorial is going to be about making your own wargaming counters. These that I've done is for a game called Clash of Spears, but you can do whatever counters you like. Basically, it's a very generic process. So first up we do a bit of drawing in Inkscape, and then we print the counters out on permanent label paper, put it on a cardboard and start cutting. So it's quite a simple process, but it involves a couple of different steps. So let's go on to the tutorial. To create our tokens, we use Inkscape. In Inkscape, we first add the page grid. I have made the page grid 5 by 5 millimeters and a major grid line every 5 millimeters. And this is what we're going to snap to when we do our tokens. So first off, we take the Bezier path tool and we want to snap that in, onto the grid. And these will be our cut lines. So when we have that line, we can basically copy and paste this and just place it where we want. And we also want to do vertical ones, so same thing. Take the line tool or Bezier path tool, snap to the grid, and copy paste that a couple of times. Now I'm making my tokens 15 by 15 millimeters, which for me is quite a good size. After we have done the cut lines, we need to add a layer, and we want to add that layer below the current one. We take the rectangle tool, pick a color for our token, and make that 15 by 15 also. So this is the background of our token. Might be a bit dark, so we choose something else. And we also want to remove the stroke, because we don't want the outline. We already have the outline. So we right click down here on the stroke to get this menu to open, and we select the no paint option. So here we have the background of our token, and you can zoom in a bit. Then we add our text. So we want this to be our action token. And then we resize this so it fits. And we also want to add a number, so this will be the first action token. And there we go. Now we can copy paste this all over and also do all the cut lines. And be careful not to move stuff around too much. There we go. So by we also, of course, want to put our token on the layer 2 first, so it doesn't overwrite our cut lines. And then we just continue doing this, changing the action number. In this case, do a 2. And we can select that and just continue copy pasting. And eventually we will end up with something like this. And this is what we print on our label paper. And here we have the counters and the box labels printed out on sticky back label paper. So now we have to cut these away and mount these on cardboard. And now that we have put the label on our cardboard, all that is left to do is to cut them out. And for that I use a ruler and a craft knife. Then you just align the ruler along the marks that we added. And I prefer to just do 1 or 2 passes, not cutting all the way through, because it's easier to cut these when they're all in this square. And when I've done all the vertical ones, I do all the horizontal cuts, and then I go through and cut them all the way through. So here we have the tokens all cut out. Can show you a close-up. Here we go. For that added professional look, we can also use our corner rounder and round off the corners. The counters might be a bit too thick for this, but let's see. So we end up with that. Instead of that. Which I think looks much better. So yeah, so that was our Clash of Spears tokens all done. Well, I need to round the corners on all of these. But that is the end result. So this is all our tokens done. So we have 11 stacks of fatigue tokens, numbered 1 through 6, and 11 stacks of action tokens, numbered 1 through 3. And yes, I already lost one somewhere. See you on Sunday.